Why do people choose to fly in business class, pay double or triple the price just to arrive at their destination as quickly as everyone else? Because time isn't measured, it's felt. Having more space helps you relax, be able to focus on a movie or get some rest, whereas the confinement of an average economy class seat might leave you tired and exhausted, not just on board but at your destination too. This makes it all the more surprising that what most people picture a short-haul business class cabin to look like, you rarely encounter here in Europe. All major carriers on the continent simply use regular economy class seats and sell them as business class. At first glance, this seems preposterous, as if airlines try to scam their highest-paying customers. And while this practice, commonly referred to as Eurobusiness, has indeed been widely criticized by particularly North American frequent flyers, I want to offer an opposing view today. I believe this is exactly how it should look like in Europe and fits the needs of intracontinental premium travelers in Europe better than what's on offer in the United States. So today, let me take you along on a journey from Amsterdam back to my hometown of Vienna, traveling aboard Swiss and therefore transiting in Zurich in business class, showing you in detail what it's like, what the downsides are, and how it's almost perfect in some ways. I'm glad you're joining me on this trip, so let's get going. Aviation geeks and frequent flyers, welcome to this new episode of Brutally Honest, our narrated flight review series here at Simply Aviation. Our main focus lies on traveling in economy class. However, unexpectedly, traveling in business class was the best choice for me today. I just arrived in Amsterdam aboard Garuda Indonesia from Jakarta, a flight I've been wanting to review for the longest time, and I'm so glad to have finally caught it. The economy class review about Garuda Indonesia's longest route aboard its flagship will be out soon, so make sure you are subscribed to our channel to not miss it. Since I needed to get home to Vienna from Amsterdam, most available options were either ridiculously overpriced or completely sold out. There was no way I was going to shell out 350 euros for a one-way economy class ticket on such a short flight. So I went with the best option I could find: travel in business class and pay the ticket with miles. I ended up booking today's flight for 25,000 miles and more miles and a fee of 127 euros. Not the best deal, but way cheaper than the alternatives, and I get to make an interesting video. On my way over to the check-in area, I spotted a Fable, which I simply couldn't say no to. This Dutch fast food chain is an institution, best known for its automats that offer croquettes and frikandellen, hamburgers and more. You simply choose what you crave, pay, open the little door, and get yourself a savory hot snack. Simply not optional when in Holland. The Lufthansa Group operates a joint check-in area here in Amsterdam, in Departure Area 1. Usually, business class passengers get to check in at the counter and don't have to bother with the machines. However, today the baggage belt was broken and a friendly staff member told me right away that using the self-check-in was thus quicker and offered to assist me through it. So instead of bitching about having to do it that way, I was faster than all the people who lined up anyway. One more thing that I found quite bothersome was that for some reason, neither Swiss website nor Lufthansa's website saved my seat choices after booking, something that I had to resolve via customer service. But I got the seats I wanted now, so we're good to go. The biggest advantage of traveling in business class within Europe is how much time it saves. Particularly at airports like Amsterdam, using the priority security line can easily save you half an hour of queuing. We're done with check-in at 5 to 10 and through security at 10 past 10. Although most of the wait was because even though these new machines say you don't have to take anything out of your bag anymore, my backpack full of camera equipment still gets pulled out most of the time, and the wait for that manual bag check was quite long. But now we're off to the lounge, and that's one of the big advantages of European short-haul business class versus in the United States. You see, if you fly in domestic first class, which is what they call their business class, on airlines like Delta, United or American, you don't automatically get to use the lounge. You only get to use them if you have frequent flyer status, travel on an onward connection that's international, or on a limited number of special routes, like on United between Los Angeles and Newark, a flight I have covered in business class too in a detailed video here on the channel. Here in Europe, you get to access business class lounges, and most lounges are also better than the average US lounge, offering a wider variety of food, proper plates and cups, and are on average, I'd say, less crowded, but still not always as tranquil as today. Here in Amsterdam, there is a joint Star Alliance lounge, which offers a small buffet with hot and cold breakfast options, as well as a self-service beverage bar including spirits, beer on tap, and wine. At noon, they switch to lunch, which looks great too. Admittedly, this particular lounge is fairly unremarkable, but I am looking forward to showing you the Swiss lounge in Zurich, which is much better. Let's make our way to the gate to catch the arrival of our aircraft, and watch some other planes. This 787-10 heading to Delhi was not retracting its gear for the longest time. It did continue to Delhi safely, but it left me wondering what reason was behind leaving the gear out for that long. Maybe some of you can fill me in on that. Oh my god, is that what I think it is? Out of the blue, there's just a Douglas DC-3 Dakota flying past? How cool is that? I did some digging and apparently you can book scenic flights on this plane, which was built in 1944. That's an 80-year-old aircraft operated by the Dutch Dakota Association. What a unique catch. Here's our less than 80-year-old plane taking us down to Zurich today, a 2016 built Airbus A220-100 named after the quaint northern Swiss town of Bad Zurzach. I was over at the window doing a bit too much plane spotting, missing my boarding group and waiting in line with everyone else, as there is no priority line remaining open after Group 1. We would, as business class passengers though, be eligible for priority boarding. The A220 is fitted with 5 seats per row in a 2-3 layout, so the left side is a better choice when traveling by yourself. I'm in 3A on this roughly 1-hour flight from Amsterdam to Zurich. And yeah, these are regular economy class seats. However, in Eurobusiness, the neighboring seat is guaranteed to stay free, and usually the seats are configured so that the first couple of rows offer increased legroom versus the ones in the back. And while I find it comfortable overall, I understand passengers taking an issue in this legroom on a business class ticket. Being 180 centimeters tall, it's not the best. The seats installed here are Zim Unique seats, manufactured just across Lake Constance near the Swiss border in the very south of Germany. While overall acceptably comfortable, I despise the design of the tray table, as the arm holding the table protrudes outwards. And when down, your knees easily bump into the table arm, making it so easy to spill drinks on yourself. Apart from that, the seats come with coat hooks, they don't have adjustable headrests, and neither are there any power or USB ports. In the ceiling, you'll find personal reading lights and adjustable air vents. Waiting for us on the seat already were refreshing towels and bottled water. Unfortunately, on flights this short, no pre-departure drink is offered. The overhead bins in front of the curtain are reserved for business class passengers, meaning you will never have to check your suitcase, which can also be a time saver compared to flying economy. A feature unique to the A220s are these little overhead screens showing the route and position of the aircraft, and that's pretty neat.
Delayed due to delayed arrival of the aircraft, and furthermore, one of the passengers has not boarded this flight, but his luggage is loaded downstairs, so we have to find his luggage for security reason and offload it. That will take another 5 to 10 minutes, and then hopefully we should be on the way to Zurich.
Thanks to some passengers not showing up despite checking bags, we're missing our departure slot. And Schiphol being the crowded airport it is, the next slot is only available in 30 minutes, which will make our transit in Zurich a lot more exciting. I appreciate how the crew tried to lighten the mood by handing out some Swiss chocolate now, instead of at the end of the flight, as is the norm. Finally, it's time to head out to Zurich. Our 3 p.m. departure ended up turning into a 4:30 p.m. departure, which is very bad for our transfer. This, by the way, is a watch made by a company from my hometown of Vienna called Holzkern, and the watch has been a loyal companion on lots of recent trips, and I'm very glad to have Holzkern as a longtime supporter of this channel sponsoring today's video, which might be handy to some of you because their products actually make fantastic Valentine's Day presents. Holzkern is a company based in the same town we're from, beautiful Vienna, Austria, so recently I made them show me how they conduct their business. As you know, we don't advertise much on this channel because I want to truly believe in a company before I endorse them to you guys, and Holzkern is definitely one of them. They have a wide variety of watches, sunglasses and other accessories, with something suitable for everyone, and their products make the perfect gift for Valentine's Day, as the materials used mean no two watches, rings or necklaces are the same, a unique piece of nature for that unique someone. And with every order, Holzkern offers free worldwide express shipping, meaning the products typically arrive within less than a week regardless of where you live, and therefore are a great choice last minute too. In their logistics center in Vienna, I got to see just how much they offer and how many customers they're serving already. If you're interested too, for a limited time only, using our dedicated link, holzkern.com/simply, and entering coupon code AVIATION15 at checkout gets you 15% off your entire order, plus a free gift bag for your loved one's present. So check out their wide variety of accessories and get your loved one a unique present without leaving the comfort of your home. Thank you to Holzkern for sponsoring this video. Right after takeoff, the crew began serving the meals together with your choice of beverage. As opposed to short-haul business class in many other places, here in Europe they're more often than not a true delight for your taste buds, and Swiss was no exception today. For our 75-minute flight to Zurich, we were offered just one option, this chilled salmon tartare with pickled cucumbers, some Swiss cheese on the side, a phenomenal selection of warm bread and rolls, and we've got something like an apricot hazelnut mousse for dessert. As longtime viewers of this channel know, I am not the biggest fan of being offered only chilled meal options, but today I was proven wrong big time. This was, in all seriousness, among the best short-haul business class meals I have ever had. The umami of the salmon tartare paired so well with the acidity of the cucumbers, and the cold elements in combination with the crispy, fragrant bread rolls fresh from the oven, combined with those Swiss cheeses, just flawless. Alongside, I asked for a non-alcoholic beer, which they luckily offered too. Apart from the meal service, the flight wasn't all that noteworthy. Wi-Fi, by the way, is not offered aboard Swiss Airbus A220 fleet. We're also beginning our descent into Zurich as well. Considering my connecting flight is scheduled to depart at 5:50, it really does not bode well for us that we're still in the air at 5:30. Perfectly illustrating how handy these small screens can be, while still in the air, Swiss displayed an array of arrival information, including passengers of which connecting flights have been rebooked already, who will simply head to their gate, and who, like us, will need to hurry. Welcome to Zurich, let the sprint begin. Or not yet. Come on, hurry up. This little bus is Swiss' last resort of getting passengers to their onward flight. and since most long-haul flights depart from the satellite concourse at the other end of the airport, those heading to Bangkok will get to enjoy this private transfer now. I highly appreciate how Swiss offers these types of ramp transfers, trying their best to help passengers make their connections. Austrian Airlines does that in Vienna too. Especially if there are a bunch of people traveling in business class, Swiss provides them with their own bus, meaning we won't have to wait for those in economy. Usually that's just a small time saver, but today this might come in clutch. 5:57 p.m, my flight is not yet visible on Flight Radar, so if we're lucky it's delayed a couple of minutes and we can make it.
Welcome to Zurich Airport.
Ja, grüezi. Vienna, Vienna, Vienna. There it is. It's still boarding, A74, let's go. Having a Schengen to Schengen connection, plus Zurich Airport having a compact footprint further helps to catch our connecting flight. And it's really great right now that this long concourse has these moving walkways speeding things up.
Excuse me, sorry.
Oh my god, 6:04 p.m. and we're amongst the last passengers to board our A321neo to Vienna. On the one hand, I cannot believe I actually made that connection. On the other though, I am sad to not be able to show you Swiss business class lounge because they have some really great ones. My personal favorite is the 2019 opened Alpine lounge. These images I took on a previous trip and some from Swiss website illustrate well what a gorgeous place this is to hang out for a bit. The mountain chalet style incorporating handcrafted wood elements and furniture, the snack and beverage selection, and the made-to-order Swiss meals such as Rösti, which are shredded pan-fried potatoes, distantly similar to hash browns, but much better. But sadly, no, actually, luckily, that's not where we are right now, as we're boarding our connecting flight to Vienna. Today's flight is operated by Hotel Bravo Juliet Papa Delta, a brand new 2023-built Airbus A321neo named Carouge, a Swiss town at the French border near Geneva. The plane is fitted with a whopping 215 Jeven Essenza seats, and the adjustable business class section consists of 6 rows today, with us being in 3A. Clearly evident on this plane is how the front couple of rows offer increased legroom. Being 180 centimeters tall, that's fantastic. All newer Lufthansa Group planes have varying legroom that gets tighter after the first few rows, so if there are only 2 or 3 rows of business class and you're in economy, you might be able to snag some additional legroom if you ask for a seat at the front of the economy cabin. The seats are fitted with a casing to install USB ports, but puzzlingly don't feature them. An odd choice by Swiss when both Lufthansa and Austrian offer them on their A320neo family aircraft. Personal reading lights and adjustable air vents can be found in the ceiling above, as is this warm, comfy LED mood lighting. Coat hooks can be found on the side of the seats. With, good for us, a delay of half an hour, we're now making our way over to Vienna.
Good evening, dear passengers. It is my pleasure to add my welcome to our cockpit crew and also welcome you on board our Swiss and Star Alliance flight to Vienna. My name is Tom van der Loo, I'm your man for the cabin. Our flight time tonight will be 1 hour and 5 minutes, and on behalf of the entire crew, I wish you now a very pleasant flight.
Oh look, it's the A220 we came in on. Ooh, the oven is on. Does that mean we'll get a hot meal on this flight? Let's see. First we need to get airborne.
Sicherheitsgründen sind Sie verpflichtet, sich anzuschnallen, wenn Sie Ihren Sitzplatz eingenommen haben, ohne entsprechende Leute.
After this gorgeous climb out of Zurich, the meals were promptly handed out, as we're just in the air for around an hour. The ovens were on for the bread rolls, and the main dish of the meal service was served cold again. But once more, the quality and taste were impeccable. We've got beef carpaccio, some more Swiss cheese, those divine bread rolls, and for dessert, some type of sweet mousse with biscotti. Afterwards, I went for some coffee to have alongside my dessert. And before landing, some more Swiss chocolate. As we're descending into Vienna, I feel like this trip illustrates quite well the advantages of traveling business class within Europe. We saved loads of time at security and during transit, enabling us to spend more time in the lounge and, in Zurich, even make our connection. And you can tell where the priority lies for us Europeans. We are not as focused on space and want to enjoy ourselves, relax in the lounge and delve into some delicacies we might not encounter daily. Swiss has proven that it excels in terms of short-haul business class catering, despite providing only chilled dishes, but also gives you access to hot options in their various lounges on the ground. Compare that to the United States, where flights as long as 3-4 hours or even longer aren't as few and far in between as in Europe. Airlines invest in ways to spend such long times on board in more comfort by offering in-flight entertainment, fast Wi-Fi, and hot meals. Although quality-wise, these meals are no match for what airlines in other places of the world serve, and the compositions can feel repetitive and unimaginative. Meanwhile, in US airport lounges, don't even dare to expect any uniqueness. From the champagne bar in Air France's lounges, the freshly made pizza in ITA Airways lounges, or the Rösti station in Swiss Alpine lounge. In the US, sometimes you'll have to make do with frozen breakfast sandwiches, if you even get to access the lounge at all. It shows where the difference between traveling within Europe and North America lies. I'm not referring to the quality of each element of the journey, but where the value lies. In Europe, where the majority of flights are 2 hours or less, a significant portion of your time with the airline isn't spent in the air, it's spent on the ground. So speeding things up there can be of big value. Providing memorable lounges with good food, that's an add-on. There's also simply less time to leave a good impression, so a high-quality meal on board you'll remember is the way to go. In America, however, what's most important is reliability and efficiency. Most people there who travel in domestic first class crave one thing: to not remember the flight. Just not have a delay, not have an uncomfortable seat, not have a bad meal. Between lots of cities there, traveling by plane is the only option, so you just want to get it over with as seamlessly as possible. In Europe, planes compete with trains, buses, or not traveling at all, so there needs to be some value that gets people to choose flying in business class. And you can see that it works. Our flight to Vienna was sold out, including all 6 rows of business class, which amount to 24 seats in total. Only the biggest planes in the US, such as Delta's 757-300s, have that many first-class seats. And having the flexibility of adjusting the cabin size adds to airlines running more efficiently, as US airlines have to fill their first class no matter what, as there is no way to reduce its size on the spot. After all though, to each their own. For me, in direct comparison, I'd prefer priority security, lounge access, and a good meal over a bigger seat. But I do get where US frequent flyers are coming from. What do you think? Is Eurobusiness as bad as everyone says? Or is what I'm saying making sense? Let me know in the comments.
liebe Gäste, wir sind auch so lange angeschnallt, sitzen zu bleiben, bis die entsprechende Anzeige ausgeschaltet ist. Öffnen Sie die Gepäckablagen vor.
With that, welcome to Vienna. Thank you very much for watching and coming along on this journey. I hope you've enjoyed this video and will come along again on another trip soon. Special thanks to Holzkern for sponsoring this video. Make sure to check out their wide selection of watches and accessories for a Valentine's Day gift, or just get something for yourself. I'm sure you won't regret it. A big thank you also goes out to our channel members for contributing their hard-earned money to our mission of providing the most detailed, balanced flight reviews on the internet. But whether you are a channel sponsor, a subscriber, or are simply stopping by for this one video, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon for a new video, and until then, safe travels.